The crowd had been roaring for hours, flags waving, and voices echoing through the open field. Charlie Kirk stood at the edge of the stage, his eyes scanning the sea of faces. He had given countless speeches before, but tonight felt different. There was a tension in the air, a subtle undercurrent of anticipation, as if the entire rally somehow knew that something monumental was about to unfold. Then, a single figure appeared at the front of the stage, his mother. Her face was pale, her eyes shimmering with a mix of fear, pride, and something heavier, an unspoken message that made Charlie's heart seize. She clutched a small piece of paper, trembling slightly, and walked slowly toward the microphone. The crowd sensed the shift immediately, the energy changing from exhilaration to suspense. Murmurs rippled through the audience. Charlie's mother cleared her throat, her hands shaking as she unfolded the paper. The camera zoomed in on her face, capturing every line of worry, every trace of the late-night phone calls, the silent prayers she had whispered for years while watching her son chase dreams larger than life. Then, in a voice that wavered but held undeniable strength, she began to read. "It's a text, from Charlie," she said, her voice catching mid-sentence. "He sent it to me just before he left for this rally." The crowd fell completely silent. Phones stopped recording. Even the wind seemed to pause. Every eye was on her as she read the words, each one carrying the weight of a lifetime of sacrifice, struggle, and unwavering love. "Mom, if anything ever happens to me, know that I fight for truth, for the people, and for what's right. And no matter what, I hope I've made you proud." The silence stretched, unbearable in its intensity. Mothers in the audience clutched their children, fathers straightened their backs, and young activists blinked back tears they hadn't realized were forming. Charlie himself felt a lump rise in his throat. He had always been a figure of bold words and confident gestures, but this, the raw vulnerability of sharing his deepest fear with his mother, hit harder than any speech he had ever given. She folded the paper gently, holding it to her chest as tears began to stream down her face. "This is my son," she whispered, "the bravest, most relentless person I know. And he is doing this not for himself, but for all of us." Charlie walked toward her, his hand trembling as he reached out. The crowd held its collective breath as mother and son embraced, the moment stretching into something almost sacred. There were no chants, no applause, just the quiet acknowledgement of something larger than politics, larger than rhetoric, a bond, a truth, and a love that had carried both of them through fear, doubt, and countless sleepless nights. When Charlie finally stepped back, his voice broke the silence, but it carried a resonance that made every person in the field lean in closer. "I fight because I believe in a future worth fighting.